In this video, I'm going to go over how to instantly relieve outer leg pain. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. When it comes to pain on the outside of the leg, a major cause is due to a blend of weakness and tightness in the muscles that help support this area. These muscles include the glutes, which cause pain across the buttocks, into the hip, down the side of the leg, the tensor fasciae latae or TFL muscle that causes pain more towards the front of the hip, off to the side and down the thigh towards the knee, and the quadratus lumborum or QL muscle, which can cause pain pretty much from the lower back into the hip, down the side of the leg. To make getting relief easy, I'm going to break the video up into two separate parts. In the first part, we're going to focus on lengthening these tight muscles for quick relief, while in the second part, we're going to focus on long-lasting relief by strengthening them. Each part works just a little bit differently, but they are meant to work together to get the best results. Go through all the exercises and use what gives you the most relief. With that being said, let's get started. In this part, we're going to focus on getting quick relief by releasing tight muscles that cause a lot of pain on the outside of our thigh. This first exercise is perfect to do first thing in the morning. Just lie flat on your back in bed or on a floor. So whatever side that you're having the most amount of pain, let's say it's your right side, you're going to keep that side's knee bent while the other leg goes straight. Let's take this bent knee, lift it up, and place our foot right on the outside of that straightened knee. What I'd like to do is just gently press my heel down into the bed also. You should feel a light activation of the muscles around the hip, but it also just allows this movement to be a little bit more stable. So let's take the hand on the opposite side and grab right on the outside of our knee or on the outside of the thigh, whatever is easier for you. What you're going to do is slowly pull this bent knee straight across your body. As you do this, you should feel a really good stretch form on the outside of your thigh that slowly will start to work towards the hip. Once you feel it around the hip, you want to hold this comfortably for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then from there just relax. On the next repetition, what you want to do is build into that stretch again, but this time around just pull it a little bit further until you feel that stretch go from the hip into your pelvis, into your lower back. Once you feel it in the lower back, you then want to hold this again for 20 to 30 seconds. Relax and repeat this 3 to 5 times. And when you're done on one side, switch to the other leg and repeat, just to keep everything in balance. So to take this one to the next level and get a deeper stretch, what you can do is take your leg up like this, have your knee bent roughly at 90 degrees, knee up towards the ceiling, and then just grab on the outside of your knee and repeat this exercise. You're going to notice that this time around you have a lot more movement to build into this stretch. So again, just do it very slowly, pull it over to the point where you feel it right in the hip and working into the lower back, 20 to 30 second hold, relax 3 to 5 times on both sides. So the last movement, we're going to target the muscles just a little bit differently. We're going to have our knee bent at 90 degrees. We're going to take our hands, make a cup with them like this, and put it right on the outside of our bent knee. This time around though, I'm going to pull this knee across my body towards my other side shoulder. So I'm going to pull my right knee towards my left shoulder. When you do this, you're going to feel a good stretch form across the thigh, but you should really feel it over the sit bone area over the butt cheek. Again, 20 to 30 second hold, relax 3 to 5 times, and then switch to the other side and repeat to keep everything in balance. But when you do this, you're probably going to find that one certain position, one certain movement just offers the most amount of relief. At that point, throw more repetitions in until everything is nice and loose. So here's a really unique stretch that will help target the tensor fasciae latae or the TFL muscle. I would recommend doing this one next to a wall also, just until you get the hang of this exercise. So let's break this one down. What you're going to do is start standing with your feet together like this. Whatever side that you're having the most amount of pain, let's say it's your right side, take that side's foot and turn it outward as much as you can until you feel a really good stretch form around the hips. From here, we're going to hold this position and now step back with that foot, just straight back like this. At this point, you should already start to feel a really good stretch form over the front of your hip, working towards the outside of your thigh. This means that we're really targeting the TFL muscle. If you don't feel it, build into those movements a little bit more until you do. From here, what I'm going to do is take this back leg and sweep it inward like this as much as I can, intensifying that stretch. So again, what I'm doing is turning my foot outward. I'm going to step back and then sweep that foot inward. From here, to take this one to the next level, what I do is I put my hands on my hips and make sure that my hips are nice and straight ahead. So if it feels like you're rotated, just turn towards the opposite direction like this so your body is nice and straight. From here, we're going to bend our front knee and now lunge our body weight forward as much as we can, keeping this back leg straight and foot planted on the floor. When you do this, build into it slowly because that stretch is really going to intensify. I really feel it on the front of my hip working towards the outside of my leg. Hold this one comfortably for 20 to 30 seconds. Relax, take a breather. On the next repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more and repeat this 3 to 5 times on both sides. So one of my absolute favorite ways to help relieve outer leg pain is by doing the 90-90 stretch. This one is pretty much going to target all the main muscles involved, but really help us isolate the quadratus lumborum or the QL muscle. What we're going to do is start on a floor with one leg straight out in front of us, knee bent at 90 degrees. Our other leg is going to go straight off towards our side, knee also bent at 90 degrees. What we're going to do with this back hip is just take our leg and hip strength and gently press it down into the floor. But do this one slowly because you're going to feel a lot of muscles around the hip into the pelvis start to fire. Once you feel that, hold it during this exercise. What we're going to do from there is take the arm and hand on this back side and we're going to reach forward and then towards the other side. So with your chest right here, just kind of lower it and then rotate through your lower back through your waist towards the opposite side. But do this one slowly because you're really going to feel a deep stretch form pretty much from the bottom of the ribs into the lower back towards the top of the hip. That's how you know that you're really targeting that QL muscle. To deepen this stretch, all you have to do is rotate your chest downward towards the floor a little bit more. But hold this one comfortably for about 20 to 30 seconds. And during that time, do nice, slow, controlled breathing. Just let that tension out. From there, relax. On the next repetition, try to build into it just a little bit more for 3 to 5 repetitions. And remember, whatever you do on one side, switch to the other side and repeat to help keep everything in balance. In this part, we're going to focus on getting long-lasting outer leg pain relief by strengthening the muscles that help support it. This first exercise is going to help target the tensor fasciae latae, the TFL, and the glutes. You can do this one daily in bed or on a floor. Just start off lying on your side like this with your body in a nice straight line, and you want the painful side facing towards the ceiling. You can support your head with your hand just like this. So what we're going to do next is bend our knees roughly at about 90 degrees and then just bring our knees upward towards our chest until we feel a light stretch form in our thighs that works across the glutes, the buttocks. Once you feel that, you're going to hold this position and then take this top leg, straighten your knee like this. But you want this top leg in line with your bottom leg. So from here, what I'm going to do is now turn my foot inward as much as I can until I feel a light activation of the muscles on the outside of the hip. Once I feel that, I'm going to hold this position and now slowly raise my foot, my heel, upward towards the ceiling. The more that you go up, the more that you're going to feel the muscles intensify. So right on the outside of your leg right here, going towards the hips. Hold this comfortably for about 3 to 5 seconds and then relax. And then repeat this 3 to 5 times. And with each repetition, try to build into it a little bit more by raising your foot upward. So afterwards, we're going to take this one to the next level by isolating the TFL and the glutes. So for the TFL, what you want to do is turn your foot inward, raise your leg up like this, and then sweep your foot inward like this as much as you can. You should feel a really deep activation right on the front of your hip, working towards the outside of your leg. 3 to 5 second hold, you're going to relax, and then repeat this 3 to 5 times. To isolate the glutes a little bit more, what you do is, again, turn your foot inward, raise the foot up towards the ceiling, but sweep backward like this as much as you can until you feel it across the buttocks. 3 to 5 second hold, relax, 3 to 5 times. But go through all of these movements. You're probably going to notice that one just targets it the best. Maybe it's really helping to address tightness or weakness. At that point, throw more repetitions in until it feels like you've got a really good workout. And remember, whatever you do on one side, switch legs and repeat to help keep everything in balance. So a really unique strengthening exercise that's pretty much going to target all the main muscles associated with outer leg pain is by doing what is called the butt walk. This one is going to target the glutes, the hip flexors, and the quadratus lumborum muscle. So to break this one down, what we're going to do is start seated on a floor with our legs straight out in front of us like this, feet roughly about hip width apart. What I'd like to do from there is take my hands, put them in a prayer position, and then lightly press them into my chest. This will help keep the back straight during this exercise. So what we're going to do is start by taking one leg. We're going to slowly raise that leg up like this while also lifting the butt cheek on that side up at the same time. You're going to feel a lot of muscles engaged right here over the front of the thigh, the hip flexors, the glutes, and also into the lower back. Lift up as much as you can and then drive that heel forward and then set it back down. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. As you do this, you're going to notice that you start to walk forward using your butt. I would try to start off by doing about 10 to 15 repetitions on both sides. But if you would like to challenge yourself a little bit more, throw in as many repetitions as you like. But to take this one to the next level, as you do this, go in reverse. You're going to notice that it targets the muscles just a little bit differently. If the exercises help, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.